I'm Jay Thomas, and welcome to Rides.
This show looks at anything that has an engine and a story told by the owners.
Fast car like a bolt to lightning. Fast car blows right.
Today, we are in northern Minnesota, a little town. It's called Viking, Minnesota. Less than 100 people. Wait till you see this collection of toys. Wow. Oh my God, this guy. Wow. What the hell, man? A freaking saloon back there, too. Rich. Dude, welcome to Rides.
Nice.
Now, I heard you had some toys, but I had no idea you had this much stuff, dude.
We like old stuff.
We heard about the legend of the knife bike. Is that correct? The knife bike?
Yeah, something on that over there.
So many people have reached out to me and told me you've got to put this on your show. Let's go see the knife bike. Oh my God. I've seen custom bikes. Rich, you did this?
Yeah, it's a 71 shovel head is what I started with, just the engine.
This is beautiful.
It's very unique, I guess, is probably one way to put it.
Really?
Too much time on my hands in the winter. Long, cold winters in northern Minnesota. We build stuff that's just unique and fun. And
there is so much stuff to this.
everything on the bike usually meant something to me. The license plate holder itself, that's bayonet off one of my dad's World War II.
Really?
Yeah.
That's actually your dad's World War II bayonet?
Yep, that was one that was kept in the family and passed on down, and I incorporated it into the bike. 3 grenades on it. They were live grenades, hollowed out.
Okay, where? I'm looking, there's one.
One where the alligator claw is reaching for. One is actually on my brake assembly for the pivot. And then one underneath where there's a set of handcuffs waiting to pull the pin on it at any moment.
Oh, look at that. Dude, you've got quite an imagination, man. Did you say alligator claw?
Yeah, that's off a dead alligator.
That's a real alligator claw.
Yep. Same with this one up here. This is actually an alligator head that I cut in half and then incorporated into the neck to kind of hide that ugly part of the neck in there. Tried to make it look like the old...
Yeah, I can see the eye, but that's actually an alligator head.
Yeah, the teeth are actually the alligator's teeth.
Hey, Peter, don't be sending me any emails, okay? Because you know what?
It was dead and gone. It was
exactly. Did you hand make all this?
Yeah.
You did all this hand. Okay, what is this hand made out of?
It's I use a metal to metal, and then I also use fiberglass Kevlar style stuff, and then I hand roll it, and then use a Dremel and just sit and carve away at it.
So all this that we're seeing on this bike, fender, tank, all this.
Well, this actually was just a Punisher ring that I got out of Sturgis, but I used him just to stop and hide the beginning head, and then I built this by hand, and then just Dremeled out the claws and whatever.
But you did all this. This is all hand carved by you.
Yeah, it's all hand carved.
You are an absolute artist. Wow, dude.
This would have been basically
look at this.
Hang around the neck necklace deal and put that on there.
What's the story for the stand? You do that too?
Yep, I built that.
Kick?
Yeah, there's no electric start. It's kick only.
I love it. This is unreal. The paint work is yours too?
Yep, did everything.
Self-taught?
Self-taught.
How many years have you been doing this?
I grew up in a junkyard in northern Minnesota, and I was free labor when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I painted my first car at 12 years old.
Good for you, man.
It was just basically as I go along.
Wow. I mean, there's so much stuff. Every time I look at it, I see something else. There's more knives. And evidently, it's the knife bike because of all the knives that are on here. Here's another one right here. Knives here, blades there.
Yeah, it's not very user friendly, but it's
blades there. How many times have you cut yourself on this thing trying to clean it?
Every time.
Every time. So every single time you try to clean this bike,
there should be a Band-Aid dispenser on it.
Not a bad idea. You can put it in here somewhere. Yeah, you got to look close to catch all the knives. How many knives are on this bike?
I have not counted them, honestly. That's one thing I haven't.
That's probably why you cut yourself all the time, because you forget where the damn blades are. Dude, this is so beautiful. Now, tell me if this is rumor or fact. I'm told that you have so much pride in this bike, have so much love for this bike, that it sits in your house.
It does, absolutely sits in my
serious?
house.
And it sucks because we can't start it because the fact you leave it in the house.
She
There's
drew the
no
line of
gas in
leaving
it.
gas in it in the house. She
Yeah,
said,
probably not a smart move, but I'll tell you, hey, I'd be proud to have this sitting in my house. I mean, this is a work of art, but it's a drivable work of art. Do you build bikes for people, or?
A few friends.
Yeah.
I don't do it for a living. This is my hobby.
This bike is so stunning. It's so beautiful. I know, and you'll have to verify this, fact or fiction, that there's a big-time car builder that's on television, can't say who it is, but he wanted this bike bad. He tried to buy this bike off you. Correct, true, or false?
Correct.
It is correct, and you wouldn't let it go.
No, I can't sell one of the kids.
And you know who you are if you're watching this. You know you wanted this bike. Dude, this is gorgeous, man. I got to tell you, thanks for sharing this thing.
Well, thanks for looking at it.
This is, I don't have words, man. It's stunning. It's a stunning piece of art. So when we come back, we're gonna take a look at another Harley Davidson. She's got a great story. The gal that owns this, Rich, took this thing and decked it out for her. When we come back on Rides. We're still hanging out with Rich and his crew up in Viking, Minnesota. Now, joining me, her name is Nancy. Loves her Harleys, as you can tell. And Nancy, you have had the experience, the pleasure, the thrill of having Rich do a bike for you. And he doesn't do this for a lot of people.
I'm a very lucky girl because I got in on it when he first started to do the custom work that he does now.
Before we go look at the bike, quick story behind the bike, why you had it customized.
Quick story is I had a pretty sweet bike that had a custom paint job, but she was not a good bike to have as far as wrenching. My husband came in one day at Sturgis and said, I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done?
No more.
Really?
That thing ain't coming home with us. All right. That day, I had to go to a dealership and get a new bike. I am the only girl ever, I think, that has cried in a Harley dealership because she had to get a new bike.
Come on, you were crying because you had to get a new bike?
I cried because I had to get a new bike. Didn't want a new bike. I like my bike. Jensen, my husband, said, enough. We'll get it. You'll get another one that will make it yours.
Okay.
All right, so we come home. This bike is black and white. I knew Rich a little bit, but I knew enough of Rich to know that that would be the man that could make that happen. So I called him. Yeah, maybe, Nancy. I don't know. I'm like, please, please. So.
She hit your soft spot, you wimp.
But I knew that Rich
You
would
knew
be
what you were gonna get.
the vision.
Yeah.
Rich knew that I was a horse girl. I was a barrel racer.
Oh, you're a barrel racer?
Barrel racer.
Ooh.
The best thing you can do with Rich Anderson is let him have it and let his vision come to you, because he is a genius when it comes to his creativity. And so I am the lucky girl that got the final results.
What are we looking at?
Well, this is a 2012 Harley Davidson Deluxe.
And it was black?
It was black and white. She was brand new. And Rich came to my rescue because I like different stuff. I always like to have a little different vibe going on in whatever we do. And again, I was a horse girl. Rich did all of this, like it'll just dance in the sun. Like you have all, this is a...
Is that a horse?
Horses running across there.
Oh my God, look at that.
In the sun, it's just beautiful.
Oh man.
He custom painted, like this was my horse I had for 32 years. And that was my ace. Here is my actual barrel racing saddle from high school that he put that on there. There's my bridle up here. The reins go all the way up. These are my spurs, my barrel racing spurs right there. Everywhere you go on here is little details.
What's with the hair?
Rich knew that that horsehair would never stand up, but you know, this pretty girl has to have a mane. So Rich found wildebeest hair. So
That
that's the
stuff
wildebeest
is
hair.
really coarse.
So that's her mane.
Love the shotgun. You gotta have the shotgun. That's the Wild West, man.
There's no part of this bike that he didn't customize. We've been so lucky to take this bike to many shows. We've won trophies at Donnie Smith, Milwaukee. We were downtown Sturgis a couple years ago. Downtown Deadwood, bikes stacked in there.
Tens of thousands.
We're walking back to our bikes. There was a group around this bike, and sure enough, it was Willie G. And so he had this
Really?
entourage with him. And so we tried to get up to him, but we didn't quite make it. And we were like, oh, that's okay, cool. Willie G was checking out my bike. 2 days later, we go to the Harley Davidson motorcycle show downtown Sturgis, and we won. So I'm going up to get the trophy, and who's giving the trophy but Willie G? So I whispered to him, I said, I'm the girl with the horse bike in Deadwood. He said to me, stick around, I'll come see you after. So Willie G and his wife came over after the show and talked all about this bike and had so much appreciation for this bike. I always say, all the credit goes to Rich Anderson.
Yeah, Rich's mind is just
His vision
unbelievable.
was phenomenal. I think that's his specialty, that he can have a vision that makes it unique to that person. Imagine how we felt in January. We dropped off a black and white bike, and 3 months in that garage, and then we take it and we start rocking the shows. I love riding this bike and showing up anywhere because
I can tell
people
how
do
proud
come.
you are
I
of
am
it.
proud of this bike, and I can't tell you how lucky I feel to have this bike.
The artwork, the horses, look at
Yeah,
it's
everywhere there's
unbelievable.
running horses. But that just made my heart sore because
You knew exactly what that
I
was.
knew what that was, and to customize it with my treasured once in a lifetime. So that was my once in a lifetime horse. This is my once in a lifetime bike. She's never going
Yeah.
anywhere.
Nancy, it is a gorgeous bike. Rich, once again, out of the park. You knocked it.
He did.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today and being
Yeah.
on rides and sharing your story. We've got more rides from Rich's place. We're going to check out a beautiful numbers matching 1970 Mustang Boss. That's next on Rides. Welcome back to Rides. We are hanging out in Viking, Minnesota. Great little small town way up north. And we're hanging out with Rich and all his toys and his buddies' toys. And now we're going to go look at, I believe it's a 1970 Boss 302 Mustang. And Bob, that is yours, correct?
Correct.
Welcome to Rides, brother.
Thanks.
You're the motor maniac, right?
Yeah, I like building motors.
Dude, this is gorgeous. 70 Boss 302. How original.
I bought it originally in 1970.
You bought it?
I
You're the
ordered it.
original owner.
I'm the original owner. It's the way I ordered it. That it was ordered specifically the way I wanted it, with the 8-track tape player and the dash and everything.
Really? Can I
It's still in there.
Can I love it when guys got 8 tracks in their cars. The first thing I want to know, don't tell me what 8-track is in that player. Let me see.
I don't think there's one in it right now, but it still works.
It still works. Rolling Stones, by the way. Tell us about the car.
The wheels and tires I had actually before I got the car.
Are these period correct Kragers on
Yes,
here?
they are.
So they're from back in 70?
Yep.
No kidding.
It's got polyglass tires on,
see
just
that.
like the same tires I had on when I bought it. And it's my car. It's the right VIN number. I still have the original order sheet with the VIN number when I bought it.
Okay. There it is. Look at that. Jackson Motors, Roseau, Minnesota.
Yep.
And you got the Marty on it. Gotta have the Marty. How tough was it to find it?
I sold it in 1975. I traded it off on a pickup. I was married then and had a kids.
Sure.
We found the car about 4 years ago in North Dakota.
Okay, I was going to ask you, where did you find? How far away?
We knew it went to Warroad. A guy was collector over there had it, and then we talked to Marvin over there.
I know Bob. Great guy.
Bob Marvin, and he
Did Bob have it?
No, but he
Okay.
suggested who to talk to. Said he'd sold it to this guy in North Dakota. Well, we got a hold of him, and he had it. We got it back. It was an emerald green then.
We did a color change.
They did.
They had changed it. This is the original color.
So you put it back to the original. What's this color?
Medium lime metallic or something like that is what it's called.
Pop the hood. Let's take a look. Wow. Wow. How many miles are on this?
About 70,000.
70,000
75.
actual miles.
Yep.
These are gorgeous. Even though I'm wearing a Chevy hat, I love them all. And these Mustangs, the 70 is just, I think, one of the most wicked looking years for the Mustang. They look like they're moving when they're standing still.
That's the going joke around here. I'm a GM and Mopar guy.
Okay.
And I'm always razzing the Ford guys, but yet I still love them.
Exactly. You got to do it. If you don't razz them, forget it. What fun is it? It's a gorgeous car, Bob. It really is. Great story behind it, too. This is fantastic. Real quick while I got you back here, Bob, that's yours too, right?
Yes, it is.
52?
And that is a Chevy, by the way.
Yeah, 52?
Yes,
With a big 671 blower sitting on
on
it.
a 427.
Nothing sounds better than a blower when it's whining. It sounds fantastic. And you built that engine too, huh?
Yes, I did.
Man, dude, you got some talent. You got some beautiful cars. Yeah, you're the guy behind the motor and the Sunbeam?
Yes,
And what was that, 600? How much horsepower?
about 650.
What is the engine in that thing?
It's got about 472 Ford with nitrous.
Bob, thank you for sharing the story, man.
You bet.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
being on Rise. Really appreciate it. When we come back, one more shot from Rich's place. This place just never ceases to amaze us. As we hang out here, we see more and more. Every episode of Rides, we got to do a hangout. Guess what? Rich has a hangout, and we talk about his unbelievable mind. He put it to work on his hangout. You're going to see that next on Rides. Welcome back to Rides. This is what we call our hangout segment. We give you a cool hangout in each and every episode, and we're still hanging out with Rich. We can't get out of this place because he's got so much cool stuff. Rich, you got a great hangout. Come on, man, let's go take a walk. You got to check out I think it's called the Hardtail Saloon. Real quick,
Okay.
50 what, 2?
Yep.
Blower. What do we got here?
70 AMX.
That thing is gorgeous. How much horsepower?
about 500 horse.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Got a Tremec 5-speed in it.
Tremec 5-speed, Rambler.
Yep, 401 in it.
Good Lord. And you did the paint work on all these, right?
I did them for my brother-in-law, Jason Miller, who passed away from cancer.
Oh, dude, sorry
Yeah.
to hear that, brother. What is this?
53 Plymouth.
Boy, I bet that's got a beast of an engine in it.
Oh, it's a monster. It's the old flathead.
Flathead?
Flathead,
Three on the tree, flathead, 6-cylinder?
Absolutely.
Get out of here.
Drive it like we stole it.
Here's this week's hangout, Hardtail Saloon. Dude, old silo.
Yep. Repurpose.
It looks like everything on here's basically been repurposed. Wow. How'd you come up with the idea?
Couple Bud Lights, I'm guessing.
Jeez, man, I love this guy. Let's go inside and take a look, man. Bike's up on top, old silo, old wood. Oh, well, you even got the saloon doors.
Absolutely.
Looks like somebody's been having a little fun in here.
Yeah. Kids like to use it for a little poker house.
Why not?
Have a good time.
Wow, this is cool. Look at where's the wood? Where's this wood from? Because this is the real deal.
Yeah, it's off my old, it basically used to be an old corral that was out here on the farm. We tore it down and just reused it in here. Looks like it's rotten, but you can't hardly drive a nail through
This
it.
stuff, when this stuff gets this old, it's almost like petrified
It
wood.
is. It absolutely
And
is.
you're right, it is tough to drive a nail through it. So you had to do a lot of work to be able to get this stuff hooked to this silo.
Yeah. Yep.
What'd your wife think when you drug a silo home?
Not happy at first, but now she loves it.
She loves it. It's great. It's a great hangout. Nice bar area, poker, old radio. Got some old horseshoes in here.
Cable TV.
Cable
all set
TV
up.
out here.
Got to catch every episode of Rides.
Bada boy, I love this guy, man. Stereo. This is a great little hangout. Now, this isn't heated. Of course, the winters are brutal up in northern Minnesota.
Yeah.
How long do you? Because I gotta believe you're pushing it. Stay out here as long as you
Till
can.
the snow is coming in.
Really?
Once the snow is coming in, then we'll put the board down and we move out.
So you're out here with the insulated flannel and
Oh yeah,
got the
durable.
old toque on. You're good to go.
Absolutely.
I love it, man. This is a great little hangout, man. You got the fire pit out there. I mean, you guys must use the hell out of this thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. The only thing missing in here is actually the bar, but we have that pretty close, so within walking distance, and that way it just gives us a chance to mingle with other people for a few minutes.
Man, you have really got something special out here. And your talent, again, you're self-taught. Your work is, and I don't know if we said this or not, but all the work you do, and you've done the paint job on all these cars, you do it in that little 2-stall garage. There's no paint booth in there. What do you water the floor down? And,
Yep. Wash everything down, clean it up, and away I go.
And your work comes out amazing.
I try not to have to cut and buff very much, but once in a while you got a little bit.
Yeah, and if you do, you got a place to come relax.
Yep.
The Hardtail Saloon, what a great hangout. Rich, I got to tell you, man, we came here, thought we were going to do a segment with you, and we ended up doing a whole show because you had so much stuff, and you are so loved by your friends. You're willing to help people out, and you're willing to share your talents. And wow, we got some great stuff.
We appreciate you guys coming. Like
Hey.
I said, are huge fans, and
We got great stuff from you. You do great work. Thank you so much for letting us hang for the day, man. Thanks for being on
Absolutely.
Rides. Glad I was able to come out,
Thank
man.
you for coming.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, if you have a cool story that involves a car, a motorcycle, a boat, heck, anything with an engine, we want to hear about it. Just go to rideswithjthomas.tv, send us a picture with your story, and your ride could be featured on the show. And don't forget to visit the merch shop where you can get all your Rides gear. From everyone here at Rides, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
I'm Jay Thomas, and welcome to... here we go. And wait till you see... Mother... 3, 2, 1. Wait till you see... hang out here at Richard's place in 3, 2, 1.